Dobar dan in dobrodošli na današnji dogodek v povezavi z Urban Centra. I'm pleased to leave the floor to Lara Žepić and Aleš Pelc from the Technology Park Ljubljana, who will give a presentation about the Metaverse, NFTs, and AI for business and marketing. So welcome, Lara and Aleš, and yes, the word to you. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome from Ljubljana and from Technology Park Ljubljana. From our side, we are Aleš and Lara, and we will present Metaverse, NFTs, and AI, and how to create NFT with the help of AI. So I will start, and Lara will follow with her presentation. Okay. So let's see. Okay, see. Yeah. So the first thing is we will talk a little bit about the Metaverse. What is a Metaverse and how it's important to our companies, to our future, and even to marketing, and this will have influence to our life in a wider broad. So Metaverse is just a new buzzword, but they have a really big history behind, because it's starting with some kind of devices on trying to find some solution for virtual reality in early 1950s with stereorama. And then devices are going further till these days, when we have a really nice headset, glasses, and even lens for the eyes. And we have already developed some kind of virtual places and metaverse places and so on. So everything was officially started with the word metaverse in 1992, when Neil Stephenson published his novel Snow Crash, and he described this kind of virtual world in some kind of sentence of that this virtual world will be some kind of digital twin of the real world, but we will have, of course, everything what we need in the real world. We have places where we meet, we have places to work, we have everything what we could bring in the virtual world also in reality, and we will have some kind of opportunity to bring to build a new economy and build a new society. So these two topics are very interesting for the future, because I think that will have the most important influence on our life. So we could make some kind of new ideas and new possibility to live in the future, because the metaverse are the words which we create from the beginning, and for this opportunity we could create something really nice and beautiful. And of course we could have totally different systems, like economic system, like money system, and like decision-making system. This evaluate also in these days. We know, everyone knows the blockchain, and of course Bitcoin and crypto coins, which they are alternative to this world. And of course we have already have some additional decision-making system, like decentralized autonomous organization, DAO is acronym, and of course many other things what's happening in the internet these days. But all of these have a root in early beginning of previous centuries. So just a second. So yeah, this is the history of the metaverse and virtual reality, and one of the first metaverse, but of course we didn't call that in these previous years, was the Second Life, which was announced in 2003 years, and this word was really nice metaverse, because everyone could join there, everyone could have friends work together, have some parties. Even companies brought some premises there and have some kind of services for the visitors. You could make some from Slovenia. We have one telecom companies, and in Second Life you could use every service which are also available in the real office if you are visiting them. So the second things what brings some kind of new dimension of Metaverse was the movie Ready Player One, which was from 2018, which was published in 2018, and they make some kind of really nice point of view what Metaverse or virtual reality could bring in our life. It's not so positive movie, it's more the movie which have some kind of awareness of threats and of other things what we could find in the virtual reality as well, but it's also inspiring movie what is the possibility of this kind of technology. So of course, we start in Ljubljana our technology lab in 2018, and we have near 4 to 5 years. We have a lot of troubles to say companies what are the benefits of the virtual and augmented reality, which is one of our main topic. And after previous year, when Mark Zuckerberg is announced that they will rename his Facebook company to Meta companies, now everything's changed, and the companies are almost in line before our doors to have some kind of explanation what Metaverse is, what they could do with virtual and augmented reality, or how influence will have Metaverse Web 3, Web 3.0 on their products and their marketing as well. So everything's changes last year, and now it's time to everyone knows about the Metaverse and what will brings this in the future. So for now, these are three main Metaverse in the mostly on the internet. It's not they are not yet on the virtual reality headset or Minecraft is, but the Decentraland is coming in these days. But you can see this is some kind of child graphics, this kind of really it's not the graphics what we are expecting for the digital twins of digital reality, and for that reason many people did not decide to come to the Metaverse or virtual reality yet, because it's not in the field what we are looking for. But it's important that you know that in every of these platform there are more than 10 million users, or more than 1,000 million users, 100 million users, and that Minecraft makes some kind of application which Microsoft is putting another layer on the whole world, and you can put the HoloLens on the glasses on your, and then you could see the in the real places on the in the some kind of cities or some kind of shops or everything you like. You can see the buildings which the other people are working on, and it's very impression when you see that something is already put in the real world with the functionality of the Metaverse. So the next thing is, of course, we have many possibility to join together and bring together also the parties and meetings in the Metaverse, because in Metaverse our avatars are our digital twins, of course, you can have another skin, another topic of you, but in the reality, they are our avatars, and we could join and enjoy in this kind of opportunity to have some kind of party or meetings together. So the next big thing is which Metaverse is bringing to us is opportunity to find some kind of virtual tourism. Many things will be changing tourism industry. So most of them we will have some kind of short holidays, like 15 minutes, half an hour, or 1 hour, where we put these kind of glasses, and then we will go to another location, maybe to the Fiji or somewhere else, or even on some kind of imagine destination which doesn't exist in reality, like we have some kind of base on the moon or the Mars. So yeah, of course, there is companies which already using Metaverse for their promotion and their explanation of services. One of these is Qatar Alliance, and this Qatar have one problem, because they are, the companies with the for the higher guest, for the luxury travel, and they have a first class in which usually people or other people could not come before the flight, and for this reason they build some kind of metaverse in the airplane, and you can go there and sit on the seat, and you can choose everything what is real in the airplane, and you can find all hospitalities and everything what is important for the first class. So this is called the first time experience in the services which offers from the companies. So of course we could bring also the new community in the metaverse. We will build another world, another possibility, different like we know now, because it will have all the other possibility also on the financial schemes or cooperation schemes. So everything will change in metaverse. And of course, Metaverse will have big influence on the learning. We now have a learning from books and other things, also from computers, but this will, in the next few years, will upgrade on the learning in the virtual or augmented reality. In Slovenia, we have also, of course, in Italy, I know that you have some really nice learning programs for the schools and faculties, and it's more than 70% efficiency if you are learning in the virtual reality or if you are learning on the traditional way, like from books and other things. So when we have some kind of experiment in our lab, of course, the part of Slovenia was part of Roman Empire, and we decided to try one experiment with the school kids. They are learning about Emona. This is our capital city, Ljubljana, calling now Ljubljana, and this 2000 years ago was Emona. And we decided that we will have some kind of two groups, and one groups will learn on traditional way, the second groups will learn with virtual reality, and we gave them this headset, and they come to the 2000 years ago before, and see the Roman soldiers, imperator, patrices, and other citizens, and they see what life is going there, what's happening, what they eat, how the buildings are, what they have, what they wear, and for that reason they have an experience of what is the life in Emona. So it was totally different from the group which was just readings from the book, and the groups which is experienced their life in Emona. So they were really impressed about that possibility that could learn some kind of really fast and on the very nice view in the virtual reality. So of course the work will also change. We will have our desktop around us. It will now be no more desktop on the computers. On desktop will comes to the places around us. So everything will happen in augmented or virtual reality. We will maybe could put something on the table and resize them and go through around them. And for that reason, we will change also the reality of the old cities and the shopping center, where we have opportunity to put some new elements, some new 3D assets in the space, and where we could get some additional asset which they could bring us some new information, or even bring us some kind of new services and possibilities for the work on the shopping. So the Web3 is area is coming to our life. This will if we have a Web 2.0 right now, where the king are social media and of course internet on the tablets, on the phones, and computers, and corporate are monetizing your data. Now you have opportunity to users to you that you monitors your data with on your way. You will decide which data you will give to some companies or some metaverse, and of course you will have more opportunity to earn money in the metaverse like we have now. The one of really nice opportunities are NFTs, on which Lara will have some kind of education in the next minutes, and everything or most of activities will happen in virtual and augmented reality, and in the premises of the artificial intelligence and blockchain. Of course, we will have a lot of things on decentralization. There will be no more centralization web like we have, but we have many center and many small opportunity to work in the Web3. The same will happen with the application which we are now know on our phones. This application will come more and more decentralized. So another opportunity is what will Metaverse brings to the companies. You can see that many companies already comes to the Metaverse. One of the most fun and interesting is also Heineken, which announced that they are already publish virtual beer. Of course, it's not similar as usual Heineken beer, but it's the campaign was very successful, and they got some kind of new community. And you can see on the right, you can see the shoes. They are this mark calls archetype, and it's third marks from the Nike. Nike brought this company archetype for the $2 billion, and they are a company which produce the shoes only for Metaverse, for the avatars. They don't have any real product, but their products cost like a real shoes, like for 100 or 2,000 euros and abroad. So it's really interesting that Nike, which is a traditional company, is working on the NFTs and the Metaverse on the many premises. Another one is Samsung, which bought their company office in the Centraland, and they bought a company office for $2 million, and they decide to have a Samsung office in this Decentraland. You can, like we say for the second live before, you can go there and you can buy a phone, you can test the function, you can do everything what is usually possible in the official Samsung offices in some cities or somewhere. And this is very interesting because Samsung is now more popular between the internet community, which works on the metaverse. Of course, Samsung have also a long history on the virtual reality. If someone knows, Samsung have some popular glasses, Samsung Gears called before. Of course, one of the another opportunity comes from the fashion market. In the fashion market, many of brands, I know many of Italian brands as well, are going to the metaverse. We know that there is Dolce & Gabbana and Balenciaga, and also H&M as well, because there's built some kind of virtual gallery for the visitors, and you can buy them, buy there some kind of classes for avatars and so on. I think there will be a really big market and big opportunity to make some things in the metaverse for the fashion, because there will be, of course, people have avatars, and like we have some kind of question what we will wear today, we will have the same question for our avatars, and many companies trying to build suits and other skins for our avatars for the future. So, okay, everything will change also in the industry. We will produce some kind of common things in the reality. Everything will change also on the education system for industry, because if we have a digital twins of our company, we could make some kind of education for our future employers in like Audi. Say Audi have one really nice case. They have some kind of fluctuation from the new employers in Audi car line, and because of that reason they say, okay, we will make some kind of 360 video and show the people what kind of work and what kind of things they will do when they come to the Audi. And after some iteration, they find that this tool is very nice to not just to show people what they will do, but also to learn people how they will do and how could they do in the Audi more efficient. So it's very nice combined with the traditional factory, and Audi is not just traditional, we know that, but from the traditional sector and new technology. So this Audi is just one of them. Of course, we have some cases in Slovenia as well. One is for the company who have some kind of new products, and they have a salesman and servicemen all over the Europe. So they could, of course, invite these people in Slovenia, and they will, and they show them what is new on this new product and how they could service them. But after they come to home, they forget almost half, of course, because this is some kind of nature of people. And for that reason, they don't use anymore this kind of scripts or video on the computer, but they put the headset on, and they could see on the real table what is what kind of product they have and what kind of service they should need to repair this machine. So everything is have a lot of opportunity to make some kind of improvement of this. Of course, there are some studies that announce that also the productivity is better if you are using that kind of tool. But on the other hand, the people complain that they could not wear 8 hours or more this kind of glasses because they are heavy right now. But of course, industry will find the answer for that, and we will have some kind of really nice and glasses which are already similar like usual glasses. So there is no need to have some kind of glasses like we have here. One of the opportunity which was a lot of using in the period of COVID-19 was the remote help. Because, of course, we know more Slovenian companies, they have some kind of companies also in the other countries, and the travel to the, I don't know, from Slovenia to Brazil was almost impossible. For that reason, they sent them just the glasses, and their technician in Brazil could repair something or could upgrade something from the instruction from Slovenia. This was one of the real cases in our companies. So of course, you already know the meetings, because Zoom was very popular during the COVID, and of course we are going with Zoom also further. But in the next few years, I think the Zoom will be using more and more less and less, sorry, not more, less and less, and more will be using, we will use the 3D or Metaverse worlds for the meetings and for the presentation, because if we could make some kind of digital twins of our office or our premises, we could be on the meeting with our headset, of course, like we are in the real world. So there is no different between our world and the world with digital twins in the virtual reality. Of course, we will have some kind of period between that we will use some kind of graphics avatar as well, and of course in this another period you could choose different avatars if you like. So this is one of the these are one of the avatars which are you can already buy, you can already use. They are in the forms of NFTs. So the what is will happen next? We all waiting on the Apple glasses for the virtual and augmented reality, because when Apple will announce this kind of equipment, everything will change also on the other fields like marketing, like other topics, because Apple have a real good experience, and the people will try to use this Apple equipment also for the earning of money or something else. So the next things which coming in the real life is the haptic suits. They are offered this kind of suits now from the 500 euros and further. So the suits are really not so much expensive anymore, and you can feel the realistic touch or the rain falling and other things when you're using that kind of suits. So it's changing everything. When we have this kind of suit, we could of course also having some kind of health opportunities and health services with that. These are some kind of equipment for the using of virtual reality. We could fly with this equipment on our left, and of course we have a lot of problems in virtual reality how to walk, and this kind of equipment on your right provide us some kind of really nice solutions for that we have walk more friendly than in virtual reality. Okay, digital twins, like I say, they will be the future of the virtual and augmented reality in the real world. Main companies already using these digital twins, and because they are setting up some kind of lines for the floors, of course, and they could use this kind of for learning, or even for the better predicting the what they will produce, or what kind of product they will use on the end of the line. Okay, these are some cases from Slovenia. We use Metaverse in the Expo Dubai for the presenting Slovenian pavilion there. When you put the glasses on, of course, there is many benefit. There were no hits because in Dubai was a lot of heat and more than 40 degrees, and there was a lot of people. And when you use this Metaverse for the Slovenian pavilion, you can see everything what was on the real place in Dubai, and of course you have some additional benefits, and you could also have some kind of conversation with the customers. You can meet people there, and the best benefit, of course, was that you should not go to Dubai. Just you put these glasses on your head in your office or the living room or everything else. So it was one of the really nice opportunity, and many people come to Slovenian pavilion only for the reason that we have this pavilion in the virtual reality. They come and watch what we are offering them. Of course, we have many opportunities to show and fairs to present the companies in virtual reality. One of this show will happen in next 14 days. It's called the COP, which is most important world fair and meetings for the circular and sustainable environment. For that reason, it's very important that we understand that Metaverse or virtual reality spaces are using just 3% of the usual CO2 when we are flying to some kind of meetings on Egypt or anywhere else. For that reason, they are more greener and more sustainable, like the usual way to come to the fair or the meeting on the Congress. So this was another opportunity which Slovenia used for the presenting their premises in Metaverse. We use this kind of virtual world also for the presidents of Slovenia in the Council of EU. We have this opportunity last year. We have 6 months for the presidency, and there was a lot of meetings, a lot of events, and we built some kind of pavilion for Slovenian companies, which we used to present what is the new in the companies. The companies could present some kind of 3D models, some kind of novelties, and some kind of services in videos. Of course, this was also one of the opportunity to invite their partners from all over the world to come in the pavilion. They don't need to invite them to come in Slovenia, just to the pavilion, and they could talk with them, because in the Metaverse, of course, you know, everything is interactive, and you can come to the same places from every location you are. So this is kind of presentation of Slovenian beauties, what on the tourist side we could offer to visitors. And now we are come to the NFTs, no fungible tokens, and these tokens are one of the core of the Metaverse. And this is really important that you understand what they could bring to your companies or to your startups or to your organization. So I will just try to explain on the short way what is the difference between real money or real coins or tokens to the non-fungible tokens. When you have real tokens or real money, you could use this as a value. You could go to the office, to the store, and you could buy some things for the money. And for the non-fungible token, there is another thing what is really important, and this is that this kind of coins or tokens are bringing on the level some kind of certificate some kind of proof. This is the difference between if you have one, I don't know, Bitcoin because it's a value token, or you have one NFTs because it's a certificate token. So the first things, the understanding of what is NFTs, this comes from the gaming industries, because in the gaming you have a lot of unique and rare opportunities or asset or services, and these kind of services are of course interesting to buy from the players, and for that reason they say, okay, we will have some kind of cards for our players which they could buy and get some more information about some kind of play or something. So I will try to explain also on the other case. The next group which really understand the opportunities of NFTs was the artist. Artists have or digital artists have problems that when they produce some kind of picture of some kind of graphic and put it on the internet, there is a lot of possibilities to that people will copy this kind of graphics of photography or art, and they will use this in their presentation or everything else, and they will not pay for this art. And for that reason, NFTs are offer opportunity to mark this art with some kind of certificate that this art belongs to one of the artists or one of the buyers. So another big opportunity which we see in the NFTs are that they are connected with the blockchain technology in the behind, and so for that reason there is a lot of opportunity to use some kind of smart contracts behind. One of the use case is that when if you are artist and you are painting some picture and brought them to the gallery, and the galleries just give you 1,000 euros for these paintings, and that all money you could get from this painting, because when we'll come to the resale of this painting, only galleries and the other people in line will make a benefit and more money from your paintings. Even if you are more famous, this you will not get any money from this painting anymore. But on the world of the NFTs, you can sell your paintings or your art for the first time, and then when it comes to the resale, you could get, I don't know, 5 or 10% for every resale of your art. So it's a really, really nice opportunity for the artists that they could earn even more money in the resale opportunities than on the first sale of this artist. Of course, you can see there are a lot of interest in the other groups. Of course, sports. You can see the fashion as well, and you can see also one of interesting cases also from Italy, because your brand for the cars, Alfa Romeo, is making Tonale with every part of Tonale have some kind of their own NFT. So you could check if this part is original for Tonale or not. It's also important for the Slovenian companies which produce some kind of really high-tech products because the companies from China are really interesting to copy that kind of product. So for that reason, we can protect ourselves with the using of NFTs. These are the one of the cases, real cases from Slovenia as well. We use this kind of NFT for the promotion in Expo Dubai as well. We present a collection from the 15 NFTs. Half of them was for tourism, half of them was for the high-tech companies. And when the visitors come to the Dubai, they got some kind of printed token with the number on the last on the site, and they come home and they scratch these numbers and bring them to the computers, and then they got their first NFT there. This was really nice action. We got publicity which we couldn't even afford, because more than 400 prominent internet media are presenting our campaign and our idea of the how to present Slovenia on the Expo in Dubai. And for that reason, of course, many other touristic and sports companies are following us. So this is one of the collection from the sportsmen for Planica. This, you know, that we have a ski jump center in Slovenia, and this is one of the their collection of NFTs. And of course, there is some kind of already action in tourism. This goat NFT campaign was from Porto Rojo from this year, and it was very successful. When tourists come to the Porto Rojo, they have some kind of gaming with in Porto Rojo, and they collect some treasures. And if they are successful, they get some NFTs from the local tourist office. So this is like we say, for the NFTs are already adopted from the artist, and you could make some kind of brand marketing campaign also for the some of your companies. So this is all from my side. I will give the word to Lara tonight, and after our meeting you could bring us some kind of question or everything else. So Lara, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Aleš. So we're going to go from Aleš's talk, which was very general, to mine, which is very specific. Basically, my journey with AI art started when I was experimenting and I was trying to make an NFT for the World Futureverse conference, which Aleš organized, well, co-organized. And one day I just found out that artificial intelligence art making tools exist, and I just put in some random sentence about Aleš's conference, and I got an image out of it. And the result of that image, the final result, is what you're looking at the moment. This was an NFT that we made specifically for the conference, and we distributed it to the participants of the conference. But basically, if I move on, this is how it started. You might see the similarities between the two. So if you compare this one and just look at the center, you see at the center, there are some buildings, there's an arrow, there are some mountains. And if you look at this next one, you can see that the centers
excuse me, Lara, I think
almost match.
Sorry, Lara, I think you didn't, you have to...
share?
Yeah, thank you.
Right, let me just check. Didn't register? Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. You can see it now, right?
Yeah. Just
yes, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, oh, I apologize. I just didn't click it properly, I suppose. Yeah. So this is the NFT that we generated, and if you look at the center with the next image is going to match. So it matches with this image. So this was the first thing that I ever did. This collection of these 4 images, it was just the result of me playing with artificial intelligence. And actually what I want to do with this talk is to encourage you all to start playing with these things as well, because it's really not as hard as you might think it is. I know that people are sometimes afraid to jump over to the line of digital, I guess, but it's almost as simple as creating an email. to be honest with you. So you just go on the relevant website, you input your information, your email, your login details, it lets you in, and the first few images that you make are free. And after that, of course, they are payable applications, but you can start off to see how things go for free already. And my talk is also going to go on to tell you what the differences are between two of the major players in the AI art world at the moment. So when I wanted to when I did this, I got a question from Aleš, and Aleš asked me, how do you train AI to make beautiful images? So I decided to ask artificial intelligence this question, and the image that you see on your screens is the result of the prompt. A prompt is what you enter in to make it generate something, right? So prompt is the words that I entered in this case, how to train AI to make beautiful images. And this is the image that I got. But I was thinking about Aleš's question, how to train AI to make beautiful images. And I was thinking that actually his question is similar to asking how to train a paintbrush to make beautiful paintings. Now, I'm just going to take a little bit of time off from the presentation to explain a few things. With regards to the presentation, all of the images that you are going to see today, they have all been generated with AI, and most of them, and that is 99%, have been generated just with AI. So I have had zero input for most of these images, apart from giving them words by which they generate the image, right? So what you see on the screen at the moment, this is completely generated with artificial intelligence. And another thing that I would like you to understand is that artificial intelligence does not, the basis of these programs is not that they make images from existing images. They make a completely new image, basically from scratch, or they call it a seed image. So it's like making a new image from the blank canvas that you have in front of you. So that's something to bear in mind, because it has an impact to what you're seeing, right? So the AI has been trained to make what you're seeing, to make this hand, the paintbrush, the painting. And it did it just by me entering the words, how to train a paintbrush to make beautiful paintings, which I think is an incredible feat in itself, but it's only the beginning. So as I was wondering about this question, I was thinking, so AI is a tool, and we have different art tools. And you can see that if I input the prompt different art tools, I get perhaps a different image. I chose this image specifically because every time that an AI generates images, it generates 4 different images. And the reason why I took this specific one is because I like the fact that it put in something with a screen, because a tool is not only a paintbrush or, like a paint or anything like that, but it's also, we have digital tools at the moment. We have iPads, we have all of these digital tools, the computers, everything that you can make digital art with. So then I was thinking, I'm going to do this with 2 different tools. They're called DALL-E 2 and Midjourney. And I've decided to recreate them in the style of WALL-E and Eva. So if any of you saw the movie WALL-E, this is how these images were, this is what the images were based on. But to talk about DALL-E 2 and Midjourney, they are both AI art tools that generate images for you, and they are different tools. They were made by different people. They are hosted on different servers. The images created by DALL-E 2 are usually going to be on your left side, as is the one that you're seeing here, and the images created by Midjourney are going to be more on the right side. And hopefully throughout the presentation, you're going to be able to see that they generate different images. DALL-E 2 tends to be more realistic, and Midjourney tends to be more fantastical per se. It likes fantasy and daydream, and it looks a little bit mystical perhaps. But Midjourney can also produce fairly realistic results, okay? But we're just gonna see what the basic images generated by the two look like. So for example, if you have a business and you want to generate a photo, you don't want to pay for the stock photos that you get, and you just want to see an apple. This is what an apple generated with AI looks like. It was never a physical apple. It was never recorded with a camera, but AI generated this piece, this image. So again, it's on the left, which means that it was generated by DALL-E 2. And you can also see that there are 5 colors on the bottom: yellow, blue, green, red, and again, blue, purpley perhaps color. So this is a mark that DALL-E 2 is going to leave on every image. Midjourney doesn't leave any marks. Now, if I input the same prompt, an apple, into Midjourney, this is an apple generated by Midjourney. So again, you can see that they give very different results. But let's take it up a notch and let's be a little bit more abstract with this. So green eggs and ham, you probably know Dr. Seuss. He spoke about green eggs and ham. And so if I put in green eggs and ham, this is what comes out of DALL-E. Again, it looks fairly realistic, to be frank. And Midjourney, green eggs and ham, produces something completely different. And in this case, it's nothing like, I mean, it kind of looks like eggs, but it's not really a proper image of what I was looking for, right? So then I put in furry octopus, and here DALL-E 2 missed the mark. Of course, this is an octopus. Maybe there's a species of a furry octopus, but I'm not aware of that. And so this is just an octopus. But again, how wonderful is it that this is completely generated with artificial intelligence? This is not an image captured by a camera. And then furry octopus for Midjourney looks different. Again, in my opinion, it doesn't look very furry, but at least it's cute in this sense. And it's very, it looks like it's about to be a part of a children's book, right? So then I wanted both to interpret expectation, because I was thinking that actually when I told you about an apple, when I told you about green eggs and ham, probably what went on in your own mind is you had some kind of an expectation of how these images should look like. I certainly did. So I wondered what the word expectation would look like for both of the programs. And DALL-E interpreted it very kind of childlike, expecting something to happen, kind of an emotion. And Midjourney interpreted as in probably expecting someone or something to arrive. So that was interesting for me as well, to see the differences in interpretations of a single word. And then I interpreted, and then I experimented with poetry. So I input this poem: 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And one of the programs, so DALL-E 2, I can barely see any other paths here, right? It looks like there's just one major path, but perhaps there's a worn out one on the side. While Midjourney clearly gave me a choice of 2 different paths. And as there are 2 paths here, you have 2 paths that you can take when using AI as well. There are 2 things that you can do. One is you can do trial and error. You can have a certain expectation of what you're going to get, and then you can just try and generate again to see what happens. So with my prompt, a red octopus, trial and error, this is how it looks like, but this is not the only batch. There's also this batch, and then there are also new batches. At some point, I also tried yellow octopus, furry octopus, and it gives you all of these different results. So that's one path that you can take, the path of expectation. And then what happens is you might be disappointed and you might have to readjust what you're saying you want to get out of the picture. But the other path is you can play, you can explore, you can create, you can combine. So let's see how this looks like through the images. So this is an image for Play, Explore, Create, Combine. And here's the same image by Midjourney. Again, Play, Explore, Create, Combine. Now, if I just play with Kremšnita, I just said, I wanted to say to the AI, Kremšnita rocks. You know, as in Kremšnita is the best. Kremšnita, just in case if you don't know it, is a dessert from Slovenia that's very typical of Gorenjska region. And it has layers. And you can see that AI didn't really interpret my Kremšnita prompt. Maybe it doesn't understand Slovene just as well yet, but I haven't experimented with French, and it does understand French. But at least in this image, I could interpret it that perhaps these rocks have certain layers, and Kremšnita is a very bright looking a dessert with a pastry and cream. So I guess the light layers in here might be, you know, relatable, but it's not really what I was looking for. Now, Midjourney, same prompt, Kremšnita rocks, and this is completely off the mark. This doesn't look anything like a dessert. Maybe it looks like something that could be a nice NFT, but that's about it. And then I wanted to explore, and I went with tea time at 11 p.m. So DALL-E produced this image, and Midjourney produced a more dreamy image. And I wanted to create. So I created in my own head this person called Jane Oat. I was thinking of Jane of all trades, so someone who does everything. And I input into AI Jane Oat, and DALL-E interpreted oats as purely a food and gave me a bowl of oats. But Midjourney interpreted Jane Oat as a person. It identified the words Jane as a person and gave me an image of a person. And actually the flower that you see in her hair used to be a little bit of an oat before this. So it turned her oat in her hair to a flower through multiple generations. And then I wanted to just show you this image before I go on with the presentation, just for you to see how it looks like when it's really big, because I'm about to make it a little bit smaller. Now, I said play, explore, create, and combine. I wanted to explore at the start of my journey. So I was just playing around, and I wrote in Lara, which is my name, in a red dress in Claude Monet's garden, painted in the style of Vincent van Gogh. And this is the image that I showed you is the image that I got out of it. And this also brings me to the combine section of the presentation. And because the image that you see on the screen was generated by Midjourney, but then DALL-E 2 also has this version, this extra section called outpainting, where you can take a small image and you can add to it to make something big. So this is what I decided to do. So it was a small image without painting. I added the castle, I added the prince, I added the gardens, the bird, and everything else. So this is the combine part, right? So you can also combine different AI tools to give you a certain result. And for this talk, I was asked to provide an image. So I also decided to combine two real life photos. You can see Aleš, he's looking at my presentation there. This didn't actually happen. Aleš didn't sit, he didn't sit there and look at the image. I just combined the image of me and the image of him. They were two different images. I deleted what was in the middle and I asked AI to fill in the blanks, and this is what it produced. So it's a completely new image. So this is done with no photoshopping. I don't actually use Photoshop. So this was completely, I mean, the blanks that were filled in by AI. So that's all that I wanted to tell you for today. Of course, I could have gone into much more detail. I could have gone into the copyright issues, which you need to be careful about. You shouldn't use any prompts that use the names of artists which are currently operating. you should also communicate that you have been using AI generated art. But in general, the road to having your own art created is very easy, very fast. I would warmly recommend you to try it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lara, and thank you very much also, Alesh. I think it was really, really interesting. And yes, if we have any questions from the public, please, you can write in the chat. Okay, so I think that if anyone would have any questions, you left some of your information, your email and everything. As you know, this event will be posted on the Urban Center link, so whoever wants, they can watch it again. Thank you very much, Alesh and Lara, for this very interesting presentation. And yes, see you soon.
Thank you also from... Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you also from our side. And if you have some companies working the field of the virtual or augmented reality or NFTs, they are more than welcome to contact us and or even come to Slovenia to see what we could make or work together.
Great, thank you. And if you pass by Trieste anytime, you can come in the Urban Center to visit us for sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye.